Hey guys, Dark Angel TCG here with another video. Today's video, we're gonna be playing. I would say this is my second time playing Dragapult, at least like in this current format. I had another cup recorded, but only one game actually ended up recorded. The other games got corrupted, like the file just did not go through, and so I have no like gameplay of anything except for one game where I just demolished a guy because I had weakness on him. He had a grass deck and Blaziken kind of just goes Burt. So like, yeah. So this is my first like real tournament, like actually trying the deck out. Like I am a lot better than what you'll end up seeing because I'm watching this back now as someone who's developed and learned the deck a bit. And I see that I make a bunch of misplays here and there, at least like small things that I could worry about doing later on. But um, it's all a learning process. It's all a curve. It's all part of the game. And so right away, first game, you'll see that we start off with a mirror match, and there's nothing more fun than a Dragapult Blaziken mirror match. That is always something super fun. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to share this with everyone. If you are subscribed, make sure you have your notifications turned on so you can stay tuned for all my latest updates and posts and videos. And yes, I'm slacking on shorts. I haven't made shorts yet, so we will get to that as soon as possible. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoy the video. I'll get back to you with my commentary later on. Peace.
It does say May.
Itchy pollen.
Okay.
No, maybe.
Draw for turn.
That was sort of the hope.
You know what's crazy about that itchy pollen? This is my top deck for this.
So you look at
So lucky.
You may reveal one. If you do reveal one, it has to be a supporter, and then it goes to
Lily's.
Like so another. After I play supporter, give me a time.
Recon. Touch for turn. And pass.
Not this year. I didn't really track it this year with work. I've not been able to.
Itchy pollen.
Yep. So up to this point in the game, like I was already a little hesitant about this game because like he had a really solid board state already set up. You know, he had 3 Dreepies, he had his 2 Torchics in the background, and then he got into a Dracloak and an energy attachment, but he didn't get another Dracloak, so he was pretty much in the same disposition as me, where he just genuinely didn't have anything really going for him. As opposed to me, I had a handful of different things that I was able to do here. Like I was able to get Combuskin down under item lock, which was huge for me. I have a Dragapult in hand, I have a Crispin in hand. I have so many ways to go about this. And honestly, yeah, I could attack with Clefairy, but I'd rather just Phantom Dive onto one of his Dreepies since I know I can't take out that Dracloak. So I'd rather take the 2 prizes early on and just get Clefairy on the bench and keep that as an active threat, forcing him to waste resources like a boss's orders. So that's actually exactly what I end up doing here. I end up getting the Recon Directive off, then I get into Dragapult, attach the Psychic to Dragapult, and then I promote with retreating with Clefairy, and then I have a nice little fire energy sitting in the discard pile now, so that I can use Seething Spirit whenever I get Blaziken EX up. So you'll see me here. I do the 5, and then I just put the 1 on the Dreepy. This could lead to many plays like Monkey Dory, Risky Ruin, 20 damage, move over to the Dracloak with 10 damage, and then Phantom Dive onto it. But basically, it just gives me a lot of different ideas and a whole bunch of plans for the future. And obviously at the time I wasn't thinking about all this. I'm just letting you guys know what the proper lines are and what I could have seen, but I just wouldn't have seen it in that moment, to be fair.
Something not giving you the knockout.
Oh, sorry.
Was that the top deck?
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Nice.
240s off.
Okay.
yeah. That's something that it was like a team thing. It was pretty cool. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. And as you see, I'm preemptively getting my dice ready, thinking he's gonna punch into the active Dragapult, and me not being aware he hasn't used a supporter yet, I totally did not see this coming. I was like, oh, hey, that's a boss's orders. Yeah, he's gonna kill that Clefairy. He's not worried about the Dragapult, which is kind of surprising considering I have ways to hurt him as well. But he did make the right play because I do have a secondary attacker up on the board that you can take down this turn for 2 prizes and also set up for a possible 2 to 3 prize turn next turn. And so I can't lie, he made the right call because now all he needs is a Monkey Dory and then a Clefairy to go crazy here. But he's lacking a couple of pieces right now, and I get set up, and yes, I see the Dreepy. I didn't put 20 damage on it until like a little bit later in the game, but it was still during my turn, so it doesn't matter. Long story short though, um, I end up picking up a few nice cards here, and then I'm eventually able to boss in the Cloak and punch into the Dreepy, leaving him with no resources to recon directive with. I'm basically forcing him to Meowth or Pheasantipity, and then it just makes his game a little bit harder because he has to dig that much harder to get what he needs to at least come back and win or claw his way back in. And in my case, I'm pretty much setting myself up for success because I have a better bench space than him. And then the unfair stamp, of course, just super brutal, especially when I'm getting rid of his only draw power being that Dracloak and then the Dreepy, which could be set up into a Dracloak. And off the unfair stamp, I get a Blaziken Pheasantipity. Dude, you cannot make that up. That is some of the best luck I ever gotten. So as you see, sometimes the luck of the draw is really on your side, and I wish most of my games were like this because I would almost always win. Not trying to like gloat, but like genuinely, like those draws were insane. I never felt so good about a draw in my life.
And then I just look over the
I
one
was
card.
looking at the field and I'm like, there's no way he doesn't have the hammer in hand.
I actually didn't. Even in that 20, I didn't have it.
Okay, and then I will.
Can I use this card?
Yeah, go for it.
No way you're not running 3 hammers right. Yeah, I should have grabbed the hammer.
I will say right here, I think this might have been a misplay, but at the same time, it's not a horrible misplay because the situation is I've burned a boss now, and I still have 2 more bosses in deck. I don't remember what my pricing was for this game because this was like a few weeks ago. I'm not gonna lie, like maybe even a month ago. Um, but setting up the Clefairy on the bench at least poses another active threat for him, making it so that he has to burn another boss to get rid of the active threat. And if he does that, and I dig for Meowth, for example, I can dig up for another boss, and I can just essentially win the game off of that by taking 2 knockouts on the 2 Torchics on the bench. So I'm realistically, it wasn't a horrible play because I'm setting up a checkmate threat, but at the same time, I wasn't very comfortable with it because, um, you know, he knows that there's the Clefairy on the bench. If he just bosses it up, I can't guarantee the win next turn because I need 2 prizes to win. So the proper play would have probably been to hold it in my hand. There's a good chance he doesn't have unfair stamp in hand because of the fact that, he has 2 cards and he didn't get to go through all of his deck. But as you see, he has a Meowth, so he has a chance to go for Boss or Lilies or Hilda or whatever, just to get out of this scenario. Because maybe if he does have the unfair stamp, which I mean, it's in the deck, I think. Yeah, it's in the deck. Uh, he has a chance to Lilies into unfair stamp. He can pretty much shut my outs to the game, and um, he'll be all right. And here was a very interesting play. He grabbed, I don't even know what that was. I think it was a Crispin, and then he proceeds to play Lilies instead. I was like, brother, what? What were you doing? I'm so confused. Like, oh, I don't know, dude. That was a first for me. I wasn't expecting it. It was very funny. It was a good moment.
She has four cartridges? Yep. Because she described it. Yep.
And then this one died.
Venom dive? Okay.
And yours which probably makes me think that it should be
3, and then 3.
Okay.
I know you didn't have last one of yours.
And here, basically, I have game. I was too dumb to figure it out. I had to count everything out, but you'll see, I have game. Clefairy just knocks out Dragapult for game.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 320 damage. Good luck, my friend.
Every Pokemon rule is because someone else ruined it for everyone else.
Pokemon is also like missing a few chromosomes then.
Problem.
Um,
I think 2 more Badoo.
Alright. I will draw for turn.
yeah.
I will then Pokepad.
So here against a stronger opponent, they're also playing Alakazam, which is a harder single prize deck for me to deal with, but at the same time, I just have to be smart, especially since I have Chi in my deck. I don't know why it didn't come to mind that I could use it against him because of Battle Cage existing. So the whole time I'm playing from behind, and you'll see that I end up playing from behind the whole time, and it was just to the point that like I have to sit here and think ahead a few turns to see how I can combat him. Um, but I didn't hate my start here because I have a pretty solidified board state setup. Like I already have, the 2 Dreepy, a Badoo, and a Monkey Dory with an energy attached, so I can retreat into the Badoo for an item lock. Um, and then here I believe I'm going for the 2 Torchic line, just so I can. No, I think it's a 1 Torchic, 1 Dreepy line that I end up going for here. And then basically I just want to, yeah, see, I just want to establish a board state. I want to be able to develop my pieces. I want to be able to get those Dracloaks up instantly. And unfortunately, he has a Kadabra, and all he needs is a Psychic Energy to then knock out my Badoo. And unfortunately, he did have an energy, and he just so happened to have a telepathic Psychic Energy, which I genuinely despise those. Like, they're so busted in this format because, like, being able to search out any basic psychic is kind of gross. Let alone in the Alakazam deck, you get to set up your Abras on the side. Yeah, no, that's just not fair. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. Pokemon Company, they know what they're doing. I can't even talk. I'm a Dragapult player, so I really have no room to talk. But I'm gonna talk. That's just me. I love talking.
Yes, sir.
We'll go back in.
Gotcha.
Bench another Dunsparce.
Yes, sir.
The other one that was from last
Yep.
turn. Yeah, I just use Super Cyber.
Yep.
Throwing.
Okay.
So basically here, I don't know if you can tell I'm stressed out or not, but basically I'm thinking, okay, I have to force myself into 2 Dracloaks, which I mean, I already had 2 of them. And then my line is to see if I can get Candy, Blaziken, Dragapult, Crispin, Pull, like any way to just start taking knockouts here, because the second I start taking knockouts, I'm in a very decent position. Um, but then here's the other problem. He has a really big hand size, so if I was running Team Rocket's Petrol at the time, I probably would have searched out for Stamp at some point, because Stamp this early on would have helped me out significantly because he has 2 Alakazams in hand. So he is pretty much ready to get going. And a rare candy Alakazam, Alakazam wants a Kadabra, that's 6 more cards plus 2 to Dunsparce. He can just get 12 cards, and that's already detrimental to Dragapult, especially when you already have the hand size that you do. Basically, I just didn't respect Alakazam, and I didn't have any tech for Alakazam, so I did ultimately pay the price very next turn where he will end up getting the knockout on a Dragapult, but as you see, I do have the pieces to get this Dragapult up and running, and that's exactly what I intend on doing, is just taking my knockouts the way I can, try to be clean about it, and I'll take out an Abra and a Kadabra, so at least I feel like I'm in a good position here. Not the best, but if I can get rid of his attackers and try to eliminate or, you know, net, mitigate the damage done, it should be alright. That's kind of what I'm going for here, and you'll see that.
Pokefed. Dive. Knock. One here. Yes, sir.
Filter.
Yep.
Well, and this is where my problems begin to start. Not only does he have the energy attachment for turn, but he also placed the battle cage there for eliminating my Phantom Dive attacks onto his bench. Even if I manage to get Monkey Dory powered up here by whatever miraculous miracle I pull off, I still have to worry about that Kadabra on the bench. I still have to worry about those Sparses. And then he drops a Fez to get more cards. Oh, I really want to target that Fez, but I just know I can't. But he'll be up in the prize race here on a 3 to 5, I believe it is. No, 3 to 4, my bad. I can't count. But 3 to 4 prize race, like he's in the lead, and I can't hit the bench unless I bump the stadium. So I'm in a major loss right now, especially since he's getting all these cards and I'm just not able to get going. Um, and just, yeah, I have to claw my way out and hope for the best here.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that.
That is a thing. We're playing Matthew decks.
So these are fairly new.
15.
That was why while you were when you attached them, like, oh, he's good, and then
Go down to 17. And then I'll just
are you guys
Yep.
No one.
Draw for turn.
Can you remind me, is it you best of one or best of three?
That's a card. Do I
So basically here, now I'm basically forced to try to dig for Stamp. At the same time as seeing if I can get another Dragapult up and online, just so I can start attacking. So the first thing I'm going to do is Recon Directive with that Jerkloak, so that if I do get the Dragapult, I can just immediately mitigate any more damage coming my way, or at least get that Dracloak into an attacker, and if I can get Blaziken, if I can get Dragapult and one energy, I'm in a position to start swinging. And so I kind of just need a stadium. I need Unfair Stamp. I need Dragapult. I need Night Stretcher. I need any of those things to get myself going into a position where I can feel a little bit more comfortable. But I need a couple of those pieces together to combo at least, because otherwise I'm just not in a pretty position, because if I can bump the stadium, which I'm not able to, I would put 5 on the Abra, and I would put one on the Pheasantipity, leading me into another beautiful turn because then I'd be down to 2 prize cards, and all I would need for game is a boss's orders, and he would still need to take 3 more prizes, which would require 2 more turns. It is more likely for me to draw into a boss's orders than for him to take 3 prizes in 2 turns.
Touch for turn. Seething Spirit.
Is he any energy? I thought it was just fire.
No, it's you may attach a basic energy card from your discard pile.
No, sir.
I, now I know. I just thought it was fire.
Yeah, no, that's why it's like such a busted card. It's any energy to anywhere. It's like I could power Monkey Dory up that way too. It's just gross. Yeah.
Alright. Let's see.
6 cards.
6 energies. I don't even play 6 energies.
All right. Bloody Coffin. Sure. That's diabolical. Okay. I will.
Forget what I was saying in the actual game. I will sob for turn because I could literally. I used the buddy puffin just to see how far away I was from Stamp. Stamp was like all the way in the bottom of my deck, so I'm sitting there like, yeah, this is just not it for me. Like, I don't think I can get back to this because, like, dude, like, what do I do? So I literally dig and I'm just trying to get rid of cards. So if I have to lilies or something, I can see more cards. But yeah, so I just dive and I'm down to 3 prize cards and still not ideal because now he can still win that trade off and it's not a pretty trade off, but at least it opens up my possibilities for more things. Um, but unfortunately he already has another Alakazam, so he is taking another guaranteed 2 prizes. So unless I can knock out this Alakazam, and if I can knock out that Abra, then I have a chance. Otherwise, I just lose. And you'll see that I unfortunately made the wrong sequence of moves because I top deck a Night Stretcher, and that pretty much seals my fate because I know I cannot win after that because I had promoted Blaziken, which was the saddest thing possible.
20,
18.
19, 21. Back down to 20. Draw 3.
Gotcha.
I mean, so am I. So I can show you things. No, this has been happening this season. It's been happening. This is not the first one that I see an event does that. Yeah, it makes it where you there's no safe ties except for like last round. It's very if there's two 4-0 players, which there shouldn't be, but if there's two 4-0 players, then there is technically a safe tie. But there shouldn't be because reasonably.
The most chaotic
5
cup in a while.
From 15
Yep.
to it was 15 to 8.
Surprised
They
he's done
literally,
already.
I don't know what they did to Tom's this season, but they literally just, it's like they threw all the old code out the window and just said, let some Mickey Mouse do it. I don't know.
And then I will just knock out.
Okay. And then draw for turn.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why I didn't want to push that guy up. Jesus Christ. All right.
But at an even 16, no program has ever done 16 I've never.
So once again, here I go through the proper sequencing, and once again, I just find that I can't get my unfair stamp. I try everything in my power to get unfair stamp. I top deck the Night Stretcher. What more can I do here? Like, I just unfortunately played the game the way I should have. Only real big miss input, or not input, but like error that I made was not promoting the Cloak because I could always retreat it with a singular energy attachment or a Seething Spirit, and since I know I have Candy Blaziken upcoming here because I'm going to draw something to ditch with an Ultra Ball so that I can candy for Blaziken. Um, I could have Seething Spirit onto Dracloak if I needed to retreat it, but unfortunately, I just once again I could not get lucky. I couldn't draw into the unfair stamp. I couldn't flip the script into unfair stamp. I don't know what it was. I just happened to be super unfortunate and just so unlucky. Um, but basically I'm doing everything in my power. Yeah, I probably could have Lily's here instead of bossing up Fez, but reality is if he had the energy, he was gonna win regardless. So I just decided to take the chance and boss instead of Lilying, which you'll see when I do the knockout. He's just gonna, or not the knockout, but when I do the 200 damage to Fez, he shows me the energy and I will basically concede because I know I have lost. So since we're coming to the end of the video, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys did, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, whatever. Like, do it all. You know, share the video with all your people, including your grandmother. I don't care. Gotta share it. Gotta share it with all your people. Share it with everyone you love. Just because we gotta keep building up. But you know what? I'm getting back on my grind. I'm getting back on my schedule. I'm getting back on my, you know, on my everything. And we're back to uploading. We're back to better than ever. I'm gonna try to upload 2 to 3 times a week. And that includes shorts. So if I upload 2 shorts in one long video like this, I'll be happy with myself, and hopefully you guys are happy with that too. And other than that, I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, whatever time you're watching. Happy New Year's, happy birthday, whatever it is for you. Keep it real, stay easy, y'all, and peace out.